We felt good that overall it was a strong team effort against Austin, and so we're looking forward to the challenge of this game.
Thanks, Bob. We're going to start here with Kevin Baxter. Kevin, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, Bob. They're all big games now, aren't they?
Everyone.
I was wondering if you could give us a little injury update on Diego, Carlos, and Kim. And then, regardless of which way that goes, this early in the season, is there a good or a bad thing to being maybe a little banged up? And by that I mean you get to test your depth early. Everybody gets some game experience, but yet it's not kind of the momentum you probably want to start the season. Thanks.
Carlos has not been in full training this week. Diego has trained, but I'm not sure that he's quite yet 100%. Moon in training, still at times being adjusted, which means that if we play 5-minute games to finish off training, he might play in 3 of them. So it's all a build-up with him, getting closer to being able to give us something, but still a decision as to whether that's happening this week. We feel good always about pushing the team and having guys ready when opportunities present themselves. It feels weird the way the injuries have come because we've been pretty healthy. Training's been really good. Again, the play with Carlos is it's early in a game and he's just reaching and stretching out for a ball. It's not an injury that comes because late in the game he's pushing it and there's some fatigue. So we're a little bit frustrated that we've taken some of these injuries in those ways. It's not ideal, but again, we've got to have others ready when the moments come.
Sounds like it. At least, all 3 are probably doubtful for this weekend. Game time decision, but doubtful.
I would say that Carlos is probably and Diego are probably still questionable, and then Moon is not ready to play a lot of minutes. We just have to still decide whether or not we think he's ready to give us a few minutes in a given situation. So we have to still discuss whether or not he's on the bench. That's a different kind of discussion than the ones that we would have regarding Diego and Carlos.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks, Kevin. Andy Diosa.
Hey, Bob. How's it going?
Good, Andy.
Bob, just a clarification on Carlos' injury. Is it a knee thing? Is it just a muscle thing? And then second half, obviously, you say all the games are big games, and there's some that stand out when you look at the schedule. What has made it so tough for you guys to play Seattle over these past few years? You guys have had some amazing games, obviously, in the playoffs. Is there a little bit of extra incentive for the team for you guys going into this match?
Seattle's a rival. I said it in my opening remarks. We've had some very good wins against them. We've also now lost 2 years in a row in the playoffs. So we certainly know that when we play them, both teams really get after each other in a real way. And I think some of the games between us have been excellent games. So we have to be at our best. They have some guys that have always played well against us. Somebody like Rui Diaz. For whatever reason, he's always sharp and comes to play against us. He's a good player. So those are the things that determine the biggest games, and so we are always excited, knowing that Seattle is a good rival. We've had some really good wins against them, and we've had some certainly disappointing losses. What was the other part? I'm sorry.
Carlos' injury. Just clarification: is it a knee thing, a muscle fatigue thing?
No, it's a muscle.
Thank you.
Soft tissue.
Thanks, Andy. John Rojas.
Thanks, man. Bob, can you hear me?
Always, John.
Thank you. Thanks for the time. Bob, does the turf in Seattle play a factor in deciding with the players that are coming back maybe from injury, or either someone who had a knock or something during the build-up to the game?
The good news is that this game is home and we're playing on natural grass. If we were playing in Seattle, then yes, we would think about the turf. It's not our favorite surface. I'm waiting for the day when every field in MLS is natural grass.
But that one.
The games are better. But no, this week we're in Banca, California.
Thanks, John. Salvador Perez.
Thank you. Hi, Bob. How are you?
Good, thank you, Salvador.
Nice to see you again. Bob, you were talking about the situation of Carlos, about the situation of Diego, and you talked something about the match against Saul Saunders. But what do you expect about this match against Saul Saunders? We know Seattle, we know their capabilities, but what do you expect about this match, considering that they are not going to play Carlos or Diego? More means for Mahala. I don't know, Bob. Thank you.
We tried to take the initiative. We tried to push the game. They've always responded well. The games have highlighted some really good players in the league. Again, I mentioned Rui Diaz. I'm not certain of Ladero's status. He also had a soft tissue injury and at some level is probably doubtful. And unfortunately, not only for Seattle, but for everyone in the league and U.S. soccer fans, Jordan Morris is out. That changes in some ways who gets opportunities. So Mahala came on last week and I thought did a really good job. He continues to grow as a player. He's a young player with some special qualities, and we're excited at the progress that he's making.
Thanks. Gio Garcia.
Hey, Bob, how's it going?
Good, Gio.
I got two questions. You were just talking about Mahala. Obviously, he played a great game. Came in and he had an unselfish pass. What kind of conversations are you having from him, and what kind of goals do you have for him this Saturday?
I have a lot of conversations with my man Mahala. He's a great kid, and I've been lucky over the years having worked with some young players from Africa and finding the right way to challenge them and connect with them, push them along. And this year, a lot of the discussions we have is how you go from being a young, talented player to a guy that can be counted on all the time. And he's getting closer, and that's more consistency. That's in certain moments, being a little stronger, not falling down so easily. So there's little things that we're reminding him about, the timing of some of his movements. But as I said, he's a exciting player to work with. He's a really good guy. He's well liked within the whole group, and we still think that there's a lot more there for him. So we keep pushing.